good? Alright. Hi y'all, and welcome to Estes Park, home of elf traffic jams,
Girl, get yourself together.
breathtaking views, and of course, the iconic Stanley Hotel. Today, I'm stopping by just for a quick view to try and answer the age-old question of if this hotel is really haunted or if it's just hype. The Stanley Hotel was built in 1909 by Freeland Oscar Stanley. Yes, the same guy behind the Stanley steamer. It was designed as a luxury resort for the rich and famous wanting to escape the summer heat of Denver. People flocked to Estes Park in the late 1900s when tuberculosis was running rampant. Physicians back then had recommended that the high altitude and dry weather of Estes Park would help cure tuberculosis and or make it easier for you to live. Colorado quickly became known as the world's sanitarium. I said the sanitarium, that's not a sanatorium. Colorado quickly became known as the world's sanatorium, in other words, a place of natural healing. Tuberculosis truly did change a lot about Colorado. The population, the architecture, and of course, the tourism industry. But what truly made the Stanley Hotel one of the most iconic in North America? If you guessed Stephen King, then you're completely right. Let's go inside.
Although many people believe that this is the hotel actually shown in the movie The Shining, it is not. The exterior shots of the Overlook Hotel were actually filmed in Oregon at the Timberland Lodge. However, the inspiration for this movie was due to Stephen King staying at the Stanley Hotel, where he then had a nightmare that gave him inspiration to create the iconic movie The Shining. The first thing that we will be exploring is the basement floor. They now have a coffee shop, a memorabilia room with items from the Dumb and Dumber movie as well as The Shining, and a lot of historical artifacts about Freeland Oscar Stanley himself.
Although the movie was not filmed here, this hotel has ever since leaned into the eerie, spooky vibes. So here's where it actually gets spooky. Back in 1911, there was gas lanterns in each one of these rooms, and a chambermaid had to come and light them every day. Little did a chambermaid know that it was already leaking. She went to light it and then got blown to the second floor under her. This woman goes by the name of Elizabeth Wilson. Although Elizabeth was, why'd I say it like I'm happy? Although Elizabeth did sustain several injuries while she blew through to the second floor, she was only injured and did not die. And shortly after, she recovered and came back to work. So my question is, why do people associate this room with it being so scary when she really didn't die here? It was a near-death experience and it was traumatic, but haunted? It's a bit of a stretch for me. Several staff and guests have claimed to have heard or have felt or even experienced Elizabeth's spirit. Some say that she unpacks or repacks, neatly folds their clothing while in the room, or after they return from the room. Wait, you get it. She's said to have a helpful but tidy spirit, so I don't know. Would you guys stay in 217? Now, where it gets a little bit scarier, because I know that's kind of pulling, is to where some metaphysical psychics say is a portal in this here hotel. Let's go. One thing that I did find quite creepy in this hotel was the alleged vortex between these mirrors. Now, it's pretty self-explanatory. Some people say that this is kind of a gray area to where it is easier for spirits to travel from the other realm to ours. Yeah, that could be with any mirrors facing each other, but specifically there's big drama about these mirrors. So, I don't know. You guys see anything?
I really wanted to test this theory, so I had seen 5-year-olds doing this online. It's called The Sky is Blue. It's a game where apparently if you call out the spirits, they will show themselves to you on your phone or camera. Let's see if you guys see anything. I'm kind of oblivious to this, but maybe I missed something.
The sky is blue and I see you.
Don't do that. You see the shade of lights? These ones not. There ain't nothing by me.
Why are you walking up in my video,
You're doing the sky is blue, and I see you stuff. I'm getting away from it.
You seeing stuff? I'm not seeing anything.
Do something in there, you'll see stuff. Oh, sure. There's a Ouija board for it.
Well, if you did see something, there are reports of light streaks, even sometimes people feeling nauseous or lightheaded. Y'all good? Okay. So, that's kind of the effects of the vortex, or so they've said. We have one last thing that I actually think is genuinely scary about this place, that it's not really advertised on their hotel, because everything on here is advertised as a spooky wedding venue, a spooky hotel stay. The spookiness very much sells. This is an iconic hotel. But let me tell you about the underground tunnels. Beneath the Stanley Hotel, they're said to have lied tunnels, a series of tunnels under here, once used and probably still used for staff. These tunnels were originally designed to let staff move around discreetly. Workers have reported to hear footsteps, whispering, and even the feeling of being followed. Underground, I'm not dealing with that. Unfortunately, we can't access the tunnels today, but maybe I can apply here. Get a job, discount on the room, sneak through the tunnels. No? Okay. The hotel claims to have several spirits roaming around here, but if you do look up the history of the Stanley, there are no reported deaths, murders, or suicides. That's a good thing, right? So if you've heard about Paul, the old groundskeeper, or Lucy, the young teen runaway, don't worry. They're probably not going to bother you at all. In my opinion, it's just another spooky marketing tactic, but that does not discredit how cool this hotel is.
A few honorable mentions are, however, the seance room. I think that if you're really messing with things, of course, you're doing a seance, some stuff could really get active. And also, this creepy old elevator. I think this was the scariest thing of our whole visit.
After a few hours of exploring the hotel on my own, checking out the lobby, the hallways, and of course, the infamous portal, here's what I have to say. Is it haunted? Honestly, I'm not too sure on that. Since there are no reported deaths here, it's kind of hard to go off of that, but that does not take away from when the tuberculosis era was around. I think there are a lot more undocumented deaths possibly than we know of, or natural deaths that just happen around here. And of course there is Freeland Oscar Stanley. I wouldn't doubt it if he roamed around here, along with his wife who plays the piano every once in a while. Now don't get me wrong, this place is awesome. It's historic and it does have that 1900s eerie charm. It definitely has earned its reputation as one of Colorado's most iconic landmarks. So yeah, haunted, to each their own, but I'm gonna have to call it hype. But it is 100% worth the visit, especially if you're already headed to the Rocky Mountain National Park. Make this your first stop before headed in. Make sure to smash that like button, and also don't forget to subscribe for more haunted adventures like this. Do you think the Stanley Hotel is haunted? Let me know in the comments. Alright y'all, and that is it for this video today. Thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate y'all for staying to the end of the video. And until next time, love y'all. Bye!